Hey guys, Ryan with Neighborhood Adjusters here to talk to you about hail damage to your property today. This is a huge thing for people, and especially here in the Midwest where we get a lot of hail, as well as some of the other states like Texas and Colorado. One of the biggest things that people, or misconceptions that people think, is that only larger than average hailstones, cause damage to your property. That is a big mistake or a misconception. Sometimes even the smallest stones can actually cause damage to your property, the same as large stones. A lot of this depends on the density of the hail as well as the wind behind the hail. So yes, larger hail can much easier cause damage to your property, but small hail can also cause damage to your property, depending on how dense it is and how much wind is carrying that hailstone or those hailstones. Then the next most common question is, now that my property has sustained hail damage, how do I get the insurance company to pay for it in full and correctly? That is the $1,000,000 question, and that is what we're here to help you with, or to give you some more tips on how to do so. You can also visit our blog that we recently put up. Go to nai4help.com and go to the blog section. We have a hail damage guide up there to give you some more in-depth information. If you still have questions after this video, you can visit that blog, or you can contact us directly to get even more questions answered. So we're going to talk about a few different things. First off, kind of the intro to roofing hail damage. What does hail damage look like on a roof? What do I do after a hailstorm? How do you perform a hail damage inspection? How do you inspect your siding and all those other different things that are, come along with your home? And what can a public adjuster do to help you with that? And lastly, how does a hail damage insurance claim actually work? And what do you need to know about that? So one of the biggest things that you guys want to always keep in mind is that after the hailstorm comes, you really want to document what the damage that has happened, and even the hailstones. So grab a few of those big hailstones, throw them in your freezer, take some pictures, take some video, also take some pictures and some video of your home and the damages that you see, so that you have that documentation there for later down the line, in case you need it, or there's a dispute in what damage was there, how big the hail was, all those different things. Another thing that comes up is, I have a brand new roof. Can it actually get damaged from hail? Yes, it absolutely can. It is definitely better suited to withstand hail, but it can certainly still get hail damage just like an older roof. A big misconception, and another reason we get a lot of calls, is that people have older roofs or older homes, and the roofs are in poorer condition, and the insurance company says they're not going to pay for them because the roof is past its lifespan, and even though it has hail damage, they're not going to pay for it. That is not true, and you're certainly owed for those damages. You have that insurance policy for that exact reason. So that's, if that's something that you're running into, give us a call. We'll help you out. Okay, so another thing to think about is when you're looking at your home, you'll know either you have a really steep roof like this, or a flatter roof like this, or maybe you have some of both. But those the type of roof that you have, or the steepness of your roof, can actually come into play on whether or not you're going to get as much damage on both sides of your house, all sides of your house, or as much damage in general. So a flatter roof tends to sustain more damage than a steep roof, and a flatter roof also is able to, most times you can get damage on more than one side of your property because it is not blocked. When the wind is blowing from one direction, this side may be blocked on a steep roof, but if it's a flatter roof, the chances the hail can hit both sides is far greater. So Those are some things to take into note, as well as if your property, say you have a commercial property, or whether or not you have even just a flat roof on your home, those also sustain damage. Many people don't think those commercial products take damage. The same with metal roofs. Most times people think those are stronger. Those also can get dents just like your car, and in most cases you're owed for replacement of those things, um, just like you are for your car. The other things to think about are the length of time that the storm is. So if it's a really quick storm, it only lasts a few seconds or a few minutes. Maybe you get less damage than if it lasts quite a while, 15, 20 minutes. You're going to sustain a great deal more damage from a storm that has, that length of time. Also, again, going back to the density of the hail, is it really hard like a rock, or is it softer like a snowball? And what winds are associated with. If you got 10-mile-an-hour winds compared to 50-mile-an-hour winds, that 50-mile-an-hour wind is going to carry the velocity of that hailstone, and it's going to cause more damage. Okay, so now we have what what can it cause, or what does it look like? So you have most people have an asphalt shingle home, so you're going to see things like granule loss. You can see bare spots. You can see bruising. You can actually see fractures through the shingle. In severe cases, with the heavy winds, you might also see blown off shingles, as well as missing shingles, or shingles that look like they've been blown over, but they're still on your house. So those are things to look for that can be readily seen sometimes even from the ground. Also look at your gutters and the softer metals around your home. Those things are easy to see if they may have sustained hail damage. And remember, just because they don't doesn't mean you didn't get hail damage. It could be on the wrong side of the roof, or only one side of your house sustained damage, and that's why you don't see it when you look at first. So looking at things like your AC outside of your house, those are very good indicators of hail damage, as well as your gutters or any soft metals, or depending on your siding, you could see dents in your siding, could see cracks. All those different things are easy indicators to show you if you've gotten damage that you can see even from the ground. Just because you don't see those damages right away doesn't mean you didn't sustain damage. It does take a trained eye to see those, and sometimes you have to be in the right light to see that damage. Okay, moving on, what to do after a hailstorm. So you've had a hailstorm, you think you may have sustained damage. Again, you want to go out and do that inspection. You want to document, as we said before, get pictures, get video, and then if you want to, take a look yourself, please do. But also know that most contractors and public adjusters will come out and take a look and do an inspection for free for you, to tell you what kind of damages you have, so that you know going forward, and that you know whether or not you should file an insurance claim. Okay, now that you filed, now you filed an insurance claim, what do you want to do? So the insurance company is going to send out an adjuster, and that adjuster, remember, works for the insurance company. He's looking out for the insurance company's interests. So you want to have somebody there that's looking out for your interests, that's familiar with the damages and also familiar with the insurance process. So you want to have a public adjuster like myself, or a contractor there, to make sure that, one, the insurance company sees all the damages, and that two, that they're aware of the things that they're owed for, and what was there and what wasn't there prior to that hailstorm. Remember documentation, and remember that the insurance company's adjuster is looking out for their interests, not yours. Make sure you have somebody come out and inspect your roof. Whether it's a contractor or a public adjuster like myself, remember to have those things done. And if you have any more questions, comment below, or go to NAI for help and check out our blog with more information on this, on hail damage, and you'll see a variety of other things as well. Again, this is Ryan with Neighborhood Adjusters. Happy to be here to help you out with hail damage to property.